Hello and welcome to my homework for lesson 17 from AI on the Edge by Paul McWhorter. First of all, we simply import the CV2, pick camera 2 and the time library which will be used for calculating the frame rate. We can then go down and see what we've got. Frame rate is the actual frame rate set to 0, so that's what we'll see before we get a valid sample. Frames per sample is how many frames it takes before it does an average. Iframe limit I've set to 100. This is simply because iframes can distort very badly the frames per second, so they're not counted. So if any frame takes longer than 100 milliseconds, then in fact it's completely discounted. We then have a routine average, which takes the frames per second data, which we capture as we go through the program. We've got a QRQ to quit, which is nothing unusual there. We then shift our ways down until it's more or less identical to Paul's example. The only difference is that we've got start time up at the top there, which is the time we start it to run the routine, and at the bottom we've got end time, again from the time library, and the time that frame took is the end time minus the start time. We then round that up to 1 divided by frame time, which gives us the frames per second. Simply then, if FPS is less than the iframe limit, we append it to the data, otherwise we ignore it. Once the length of the data gets to the frame sample total, then we call that routine with so urgia when we average the data and clear the data ready for the next pass through. If we hit Q or Q, destroy all windows and print program terminated. So let's run the thing and see what happens. Here we go, there it is. I've just left the rectangle in to prove that we are actually doing something sensible. And you'll see the frames per second up there, which is behaving itself reasonably well at the moment. Depends how much movement there is in the frame, of course, because that depends on how the algorithm works for uploading the frames to the buffer. But, there we go. Hope you've enjoyed this. Have a nice day and a nice next lesson. Cheers. Bye.